Trump seems to have doubled his efforts to repair the ties with India. Within a short span of just about 4 days, the US president has underlined the warmth of Indo-US ties. Recently, Trump posted,
I am pleased to announce that India and the United States of America are continuing negotiations to address the trade barriers between our two nations. I look forward to speaking with my very good friend Prime Minister Modi in the upcoming weeks. I feel certain that there will be no difficulty in coming to a successful conclusion for both of our great countries.
Earlier, just 4 days ago, Trump said that India-US have a special relationship.
I always will. I'll always be friends with Modi. He's great. Prime Minister, he's great. I'll always be friends, but I just don't like what he's doing at this particular moment. But India and the United States have a special relationship. There's nothing to worry about.
These statements come in after Trump publicly highlighted the fear of losing India.
Chemistry between Prime Minister Narendra Modi that is there with US President Donald Trump, and I can tell you from sources at the highest level in White House that this is something which really mind, because he has been saying, if you see all along, both the leaders have not used anything which about each other at all, because he is somebody, if in February when Prime Minister Narendra Modi visited US, the kind of red carpet that was given out by President Trump, that was manifested in this partnership. And obviously there were certain misgivings, there were certain challenges which were there, but certainly the leader to leader diplomacy is what matters in President Trump's White House, and that is where he gives accords I would say greater leverage to anything else other than the key chemistry that he has with a particular leader. In this case, Prime Minister Modi, he's had enormous respect and chemistry, and that's the reason why you have seen this trade talks also getting resumed, because there's a sense here in Washington DC that India obviously told them that there were clear red lines which they cannot cross, and India wanted to uphold its national interest. That message has gone out loud and clear and has also been understood. So they've agreed that as good friends, they will continue to create that dialogue, talk to each other, and also make sure that any small differences can be ironed out. I would say that the biggest takeaway out of these messages that have come out from these leaders is that the relationship, the foundation of US-India partnership, that stays strong.
However, earlier, he not only publicly berated India for doing trade with Russia, but he also imposed 50% tariff on India.
How do you know there's no action? Would you say that putting secondary sanctions on India, the largest purchaser outside of China, they're almost equal, would you say there was no action? That cost hundreds of billions of dollars to Russia. You call that no action? We get along with India very well, but India has, you have to understand, for many years it was a one-sided relationship. Only now, since I came along, and because of the power that we have with tariffs, India was charging us tremendous tariffs, about the highest in the world. They were about the highest in the world, number one. And we therefore weren't doing much business with India, but they were doing business with us because we weren't charging them. Foolishly, we weren't charging them. So they would send in massive, everything they made, they'd send it in, pour it into our country. Therefore, it wouldn't be made here, which is a negative. But we would not send in anything because they were charging us 100% tariffs and,
Not only him, even his aide Peter Navarro is back at insulting India for not walking according to US interests. He writes,
India's keyboard minions are hijacking X's community notes to bury the facts. They're furious about losing unfettered access to US markets, even as India, the Maharaja of tariffs, keeps some of the world's highest trade barriers.
At one point, Modi becomes Trump's very good friend.
I get along very well with Modi, as you know. He's great. He was here a couple of months ago. In fact, we went to the Rose Garden and the grass was I always will. I'll always be friends with Modi. He's great. Prime Minister, he's great. You know, Prime Minister Modi was here just recently, and we've always been very good friends. Very smart, and he's a very smart man and a great friend of mine, actually. And we had very good talks. I think it's going to work out very well between India and our country. Very, very well. And I want to say you have a great Prime Minister.
But on the very next moment, he becomes a disappointment.
I don't think we have. You know, I've been very disappointed that India would be buying so much oil, as you know, from Russia. He's great. I'll always be friends, but I just don't like what he's doing at this particular moment. But
Even though PM Modi has responded to Trump's mixed signals with calm and composure, the question is, can true friendship and trade sustain on mixed signals?